Hello, folks. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Plucking Petals podcast with James and Kyle. As always, I am Kyle.
And I'm James.
As we go a little something like, little something like this.
It's all about the good, bad, love, hate.
This is 2018, new year, new podcast. We're doing all new segments. Everything we're doing is new. We have I'm leaving the podcast. Stoops is now the main host of the podcast.
Oh.
I'm going to go to Iceland and hang out with polar bears.
And marry my fiance, apparently.
Yeah, we're swapping lives.
Life swap.
Life swap. And oh crap!
This is
the battery's dying on this already.
Oh, no.
Ugh.
At least you notice now.
I know I did. Okay, so I think we're going to reset. And then,
Aw, man,
and
I
then I'm
had a
gonna
really
put-
good joke.
That's
lined
fine.
up.
Here, say this joke, and then I'm going to cut it together because I'm an audio master.
Fuck that.
So yeah, new year. We're all doing cool stuff. Does anyone have any resolutions for the new year?
Oh, that is a thing people do, isn't
That
it?
is the thing that people still do.
I thought everyone just kind of decided we were over that, and we just don't do that anymore. I haven't heard of anyone's like fitness resolution at all.
No,
so far.
I'm thinking it's just who we hang out with in our age group that doesn't do it anymore. I think it must be like 50-year-old, like...
I mean, well, my friend Jess and I, we did make a pact that we...
Was it a blood pack?
Yeah, it's a blood pact.
Hell yeah.
That we were going to eat at a... Whether we're eating together or not, we're going to eat at a different pizza restaurant throughout the entire year. We can't repeat any, and we made like two caveats.
Okay.
Like one is like, for me, it's the Little Caesars, because then
You
that
love
way...
those hot and readies.
Well, you know, like that's like a kind of like that's not really pizza. That's just more just general food stuffs. Mm-hmm. And then
It's
she's got a pizza.
convenience.
Yeah, and then she's got a pizza place that's right across the street from her. So with the exception of those two places, every time that we eat pizza, it's got to be from a different pizza place.
Have you started this journey into your pizza?
I'm
pizza
already
wonderland?
too deep.
Okay.
What are you looking at?
Let's
me?
hear it. What did
Nothing,
you get?
yeah.
What do you
Okay,
like?
so
I thought you were gonna make a Sum 41 reference.
Holy,
got
I mean,
excited.
so on the 7th, you've eaten pizza twice in 7 days?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm in.
I'm
This-
not here
this
to
sounds
judge.
great.
I
Yeah,
just
no. We want to know the parameters of
Yeah,
your
no.
life.
Well, on the first, I got pizza at Angelo's.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you get? Do you also catalog what you get at the pizza place?
No, not really.
Oh, I kind of want to know that.
Well, I know what I remembered.
Okay, well, what is
so
it?
I got it was Missy and I we got a veggie pizza
Okay.
and then 2 side salads. Like
Nice.
the most. I'm not trying to get fat, but I'm eating pizza.
But
order
here I
that
am.
you can do. Yeah.
You saved maybe 10 calories by not having pepperoni on there.
Right.
Mm.
And then the second place that I ate at was where Jess and I made the pizza pact.
Okay.
And that was at Harlow's, which is a new place in Lakewood on
It's
Madison.
yeah.
Super good. Like they got like the big like wood burning stone oven right
That's
there.
awesome.
And
Do they deliver?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But their pizzas are like 12 inches each, and so we ordered 2 of them because we're like, oh, whatever, we can eat like a half of each one.
Yeah.
So we had ordered a margarita pizza and this like salami pizza. They handed us the salami one and then one that kind of looked like the margarita, but like I took a bite of it. I'm like, this has like pistachios in it and stuff. I'm like, this doesn't seem like a margarita. Then they came to us and they said, oh, we screwed it up. We're going to make you a margarita pizza right now. And then they left that accident pizza. So we got that. So throughout the course of the night, we ate all 3 pizzas. There was no leftovers.
Hell yeah. I'm so proud of you.
And then they also, when we were like cashing out with them, they gave us each a $15 gift card to apologize for the mistake. I was like, you gotta be kidding me!
This business is going down in 2 months.
Well, yeah, someone told me, they're like, yeah, that's a new business move. Like,
Yeah.
because like
They wanna
a
have a
year from now,
customer.
when they have like a second location, stuff like that, no, they'll just be like, we'll remake your pizza, but that's about it.
Yeah, jeez.
But no, so I'm incredibly happy with that place.
That sounds
and
good.
we'll go back. That was one of the other amendments to our pizza pact, is that we could also repeat at Harlow's because we
'Cause
got
it was
those
so
gift
good.
cards, and it was really
Okay.
good, and it was where the pact was born.
Okay.
So
I like-
so
I
my New
like
Year's
their
resolution is to
parameters.
eat more pizza, I guess, and a bigger variety of
Dude,
pizza.
I dig it. Yeah.
I went to a pizza place on Friday, actually, that I went to.
Where?
It's called Il Rione Pizza. It is past Capitol. Like, it's at 65th.
Okay.
So, like,
is it on 65th or Detroit?
65th.
Okay.
So, yeah, if you're driving from here, you take a left on 65th.
So you're going north on 65th.
Yes, you're going north on
of-
65th.
okay.
And it's just a little place, and Ashley and I got arugula salad and a really good pizza. And
What was on the pizza?
It was like basil and mozzarella, and it's just a whole bunch of good shit. And it was really solid, and I liked it a whole bunch. So I recommend that place.
I like the way that you're just toying with the fancy way of saying mozzarella.
Yeah,
You're like,
I
just
know.
like,
It was like
I didn't fully commit.
I
'cause
have
don't wanna-
committed.
You
I
were
didn't
about to
know-
say mozzarella, but then like also not mozzarella. So it was this like halfway of like.
My 2018 resolution was just to half commit to things. Okay, god damn it.
But then if you have commit to that resolution, are you quarter committing to things?
You don't.
or-
You don't. That's math that I can't understand in my life. Do you have any resolutions yourself, though, James?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's fine.
Just keep being awesome.
Yeah, I
All
just
right,
like
keep crushing
stay
it.
at the awesome
just
level I am
keep
right
crushing it. Well, what's new with you guys? What's new with you, James? You were
I-
gone for a whole week.
now. I know. I went to Texas.
Weird.
My buddy got married. It was
Yeah.
a good time. Really low key. I played a lot of Zelda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you beat it?
Not yet.
Okay.
Did you play it at the wedding?
yeah. Just sitting there with my Switch. This
Yeah.
game console's awesome.
Yeah. You can play it on the go.
Yeah.
So now you're back. Obviously, you're in the studio and whatnot.
Studio.
In the studio.
The studio. That's the
Look,
most
I'm trying to.
generous
2018
word.
other resolution. Just lie more.
Well, you are half committing to this being a studio. There's recording equipment in your dining room.
That's true.
Yes.
I will get you a 1 foot by 1 foot block of that like wavy stuff.
Oh, the
that mutes-
eggshell foam
yeah.
stuff.
You,
Yeah.
can, you can just give me the eggshells. That's fine. Steve, what's new with you? What's going on?
Shit, not a whole lot, honestly.
Okay.
Working on some new music stuff or whatever.
That's
but,
cool. Good for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like so much of like what I'm doing right now is just saving for this wedding.
Gross.
That's kind of like my main objective in life right now is to figure out how to make more money. This isn't even my problem for the week.
Yeah.
But
No, that one you just described is called like being alive. Like you just got to make more money. That's,
yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah. There's that. So I'm like trying to pick up like extra DJing gigs and stuff.
Ooh.
And
Kids parties, bar mitzvahs.
sure, why not? Man,
Funerals.
we know how well the last kids party went. So
Hey,
let's.
It was sold out.
And also the
and
family
we got
reunion.
paid. Ooh. Oh yeah. I
Have we
forgot.
talked? Has that been talked about?
We talked about it a little bit. Now I kind of want you to get your perspective on this because I talked to James about it last episode, I believe, and I only touched on it briefly.
Yeah.
So how about?
I think that wasn't last. I think it was like 2 episodes. Ago
Oh,
or
okay.
something, but yeah.
So would you like to describe these events with me? You haven't been on, and we've done
Oh, yeah, that's
multiple
right.
shows together that we need to clearly talk about. So
Yeah. So I mean, the Cuckoo Kangaroo one was all well and good if they had given you advance notice that it was 75% children.
yeah, that would have been great.
And-
That would have been super great.
But I mean, like everyone, all the performers and stuff, they're like, they're fine. Like I have like absolutely no problem with like what Cuckoo Kangaroo or MC Lars does. Like I think, I think MC Lars bringing in like literature references and stuff like that. Like I mean, it felt pretty smart. And like
Yeah.
I was like not sure what to expect from someone who I think doesn't he do a lot of shows with MC Chris. Or
Once in a
did.
while, yeah.
So it's like that's a little bit of like I'm not sure what to expect with this. If this is just gonna be video game references or whatever. But
Yeah,
like,
I mean, he does have a Zelda cartridge as a chain. Did you not see that at the show?
No, I saw that.
Okay,
I saw
gotcha,
that, yeah.
gotcha.
yeah. So I mean, like it wasn't just like dumb raps about video games. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just
So, like, mine.
wondering how much better this story would be if that woman had not come up to you beforehand and been like, "We're so happy you could put on a clean show," and you just
oh, that would have been
Oh my
amazing.
god, they probably would have pulled me.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yeah,
I've only
some
been
guy might have
said something
hit
to
the
me.
mute button on your mic.
Yeah, that would have been a good idea.
Yeah.
So I mean, like that one, honestly, like I thought it was gonna be a little bit more of a disaster than it turned out. It turned out, I think, really well.
I think it did too.
I mean, and you got those two comments.
I got those two
or whatever,
great comments, which are just going to be the liner notes for my new album. That's it.
It should be your like review, like above like your flyer or whatever for the release.
Mayor Wertz is inappropriate. It's perfect. Thanks, Sheila.
So then there was that other show. Did you like say the name of the artist already? I don't want to
yes.
because the guy was super nice.
Yeah,
like the guy that we opened
his name is Billy Galewood.
Yeah, he was
formerly from Bushwalla,
which I definitely thought was Dishwalla the entire time, and I was like, oh, I know Bushwalla. They had that song, like Counting Blue Cars or whatever back in the '90s. No, this is a different band.
No,
I was thinking of Dishwalla.
God damn it.
So he was like super nice and everything, but it was essentially playing for a family reunion.
Yeah,
it was,
and having openers that weren't aware. He told me there's gonna be mostly family there, but I guess it didn't register in my head how many family members were gonna be there.
It was all family members, pretty much. And then opening was a stand-up comedian. Not gonna throw any shade on he had some like good premises and stuff.
He had this one joke about Shania Twain getting divorced from David Blaine, and I don't know why that made me laugh so hard.
I really loved his one joke that was the where he's like reciting some of his poetry.
Yeah,
and the title of the poem was what was it, like a liberal mom trying to be okay with her son's new thong or something like that. And I was like, just leave it at that title. And then he actually went into the poem. But I was like, if you just like, the title was such a funny premise that he could have just left it at that.
Well, then he should have just nailed like a short haiku that was like not relevant to the title.
Exactly.
That way it's like
just totally random about trees
that's really
and
good.
flowers.
Yeah. But then Billy's set was just like this Christmas songs that were half.
They were like he did like parts of The Grinch and like parts of Christmas songs.
It was sort of like you know how in like karaoke, like when someone like karaoke's like a rap song or whatever, they always nail the hook, but then they forget that songs have verses.
Yeah,
It was sort of that. Like he knew the stink stank stunk part, but he didn't know the like, which is the hook of the Grinch song.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so it was, I don't know. James and I were just not the podcast James, but the manager James and I we were just basically hanging out like in the back the entire time.
Oh, I know. And I wanted to go, and you guys kept saying that we're going to go out for a cigarette, and I said, that's cool, I'll be out in a moment. And then I didn't know you guys went to a different area.
Oh.
And so I stood outside going, well, I guess all my friends left.
But you certainly, because none of us have phones that you could have just texted and been like...
Well, I didn't, I don't know. I should have, but I didn't. I was already
I feel like
sad.
you didn't want to find us.
I did.
If you really wanted,
outside.
This was the time to wallow. It was wallow time.
It was wallow. That's fine.
I think you were half committing
I
already.
was definitely half committing.
Jump
Jump my resolutions of half committing to going outside and watching you guys enjoy cigarettes. So
yeah, I was just basically like just talking to James and just asking him how can he make me more famous.
That's fine. What did you come up with?
You can't.
Being on this podcast.
You just
probably
need
one.
to make a viral video.
Yeah, just need to make a viral video, guys.
Yeah, and that's 100% what we're doing.
Cool.
It's got all of the, sweet like.
So
the video starts off with like me just like hanging in a Japanese forest, and then
Jesus. Oh.
That's how things go viral, right? That's I've only been on Reddit for like a week, but if I've learned anything is to make it viral, I just need to involve a guy with a fun hat.
Yeah.
And
do you want a Toy Story hat? Is that what you're trying to tell me right now?
It was the alien from Toy Story with three eyes. We are referring to a wonderful, excellent human being who makes a YouTube channel that is just exploding in popularity.
Yes.
Who very tastefully went to a forest in Japan where there's like 100 suicides a year. Found a hanging body and was very respectful towards it.
Nah, but wait.
Just kidding.
He was a fucking asshole.
Yeah, he was a real piece of shit.
He was a real piece of shit.
Sorry for leading the segue into talking about that, but that was just the first thing that popped in my head. With
That's
viral
fine.
videos.
That was a good.
But yeah, no, that guy, yeah, just utter shit. And why is anyone surprised these days when it turns out these YouTube celebrities are kind of shitbags, like PewDiePie or whatever? Like he's like anti-Semitic and like. Yeah, these are people who are not. part of getting training in public communications, which like newscasters do and stuff,
Yeah.
is that they learn what words to not say and how to not like offend everybody on Earth.
Yeah.
I
like
think part of it's like the hype machine, though, where like
They're just waiting for them to
you
do
get
something wrong.
so many fans that you have people willing to make death threats to defend your every action.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say he
Those
probably
are
was
kids.
coached on how to do it, but the gentleman we're talking about did have like an original apology that looked like a crock of shit.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm awesome. But then he did a real video that was like, hey, you know what I did was terrible. Like, it's not defensible. Don't defend me on it.
Mm-hmm.
And you still have people like doing death threats to other people. Like, it's fine. It's funny. He's like,
Yeah.
So if you don't have that, like, I don't know, you fucking learn by bumping into shit. And if everyone's telling you you're awesome all the time, you're just going to drift and be a piece of shit.
That's
it
true.
just
Yeah.
happens.
yeah, that
You need better management and better support in that regard. But yeah, that video is so just ridiculous. I cannot believe that was like, and it got so far into it was on like the trending page. So
Oh, yeah.
it's like clearly YouTube doesn't really care.
But you mentioned PewDiePie, and what's hilarious is, he had that video where he said the N-word. YouTube immediately jumped on it, demonetized
that
whatever.
was the like he was playing a video
He
game
was
or
playing
something.
PUBG.
yeah,
and
he
called
was
some-
live streaming.
Yeah.
I think on YouTube.
Is PUBG the first person shooter with the
first or third, but yeah.
or what? Yeah, okay, all right. So that's I never knew what PUBG was.
It's all good.
and so I just kind of imagined it.
You can
were
ask
at, like,
us.
you
We
were at-
played the game.
I know, but
had a
I
full
always
podcast on it.
I heard,
Yeah.
I heard you guys like talking about it, but I just kind of imagined it took place in like a bar in outer space. Honestly, that was what my
Sounds
and
so
I,
much better.
That
I-
sounds,
honestly,
that sounds
like-
pretty cool.
So it's not exactly Star Wars Cantina, but
Okay.
but like I'm thinking more like the video game Tapper, but he's got like a spacesuit on.
Gotcha. Why does everything go back to Tapper with you?
It doesn't. That's not entirely true.
People got shit they like. I don't know.
I understand. But yeah.
But the
just-
point I was making, though, YouTube did nothing about the hanging body. Like, it wasn't
They
until...
didn't take it down.
No, he did it himself when the
Yeah.
backlash.
Oh.
So that's what, like, the standards are goofy.
It's like it's like that's why PewDiePie's still on there. Like that's because they make so much friggin' money from him. It's
But they at least, like, said no on that thing. They, like, cut... I don't know.
the
it's
YouTube
just-
Red Show that no one's gonna see
Yeah.
anyways. Awesome.
But then, like, man hangs himself. Well, it's like, I don't know. We can't be accused of being racist for this. So, like,
Yeah.
let's... it's weird.
It's
it makes me feel dirty.
it does makes me feel like I'm back on like Live Leak again or like Rotten.com. Like
Well, Live Leak was actually how I saw the other video. The
Oh, really?
The Logan.
Gotcha.
What is that guy's name?
Logan Paul.
Okay, yeah. When I yeah, because I
So you're not part of the Low Gang?
no.
Okay.
So that's not just like one joke that a redditor make. That's actually
No, that's
oh,
like
okay.
a thing that they call themselves.
It's one of those hashtags the youngins
Yes,
use in these
yes.
days.
Yeah, no, I mean, I honestly, I just didn't have a lot going on this past week and kind of fell down a Reddit hole and kind of got into like a little like 2-day Reddit binge.
Okay.
I don't usually go on it, but maybe like 2 or 3 times a year, I'll kind of just
The front
Peruse,
page
yeah.
has become cancer. It's because of the format. I get it. Like you upvote, downvote. It's supposed to be a content filter.
Okay.
But what ends up happening is easy things to ingest in about 5 seconds always rise to the top.
Yeah.
Regardless of quality, because something that's like well written takes more time to digest. People ain't gonna fucking sit around and upvote that.
Yeah.
So there's still like quality subreddits. Like you really like slow cooking. There's a slow cooking subreddit, but the front page is just terrible.
Well, I mean, I'm a sucker for like cute animal gifs and stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
like,
true.
and
Yeah.
there's a lot of that. So,
And that's fine.
yeah, I never thought I'd say this. There's like entirely too much porn. Like I mean, just really like it's just like every single page has like a couple of like the NSFW things or whatever. I'm just like, and it's just sort of like you just click on it because you just click on everything else, and it's like, why am I just looking at it like inactively? And I'm just like, this is weird, and it's
Well,
like
yeah,
it
I
starts
don't
to like
know.
warp
Do you
your
have
brain a little
There's
bit.
the thing that opens all the Reddit enhancement suite. You can just click like load everything, so all the images are open. So it's like a cactus, Donald Trump, and then a naked lady. Like it is. Yeah.
You go through a whirlwind of emotions.
Yeah, I
real
really
quick.
don't want to like start like associating political
Yeah.
leaders and cacti with
Yeah,
with
no.
sex, and
Yeah.
so yeah, no, I'm just not like I don't know. I'm gonna I got
If
know,
you
the
do
work
it not
week's starting
logged
back
in,
up.
it does not show the not safe for work stuff.
Right, yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm logged in. I got my I have 100 karma, and I'm in the 7-year club.
Ooh.
That shows
Ooh.
how inactive I am. I think I posted like 2 things on the classical music forum when I was in college.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's
I think all my posts are back when I was playing Magic the Gathering. It was like deck building questions. So I have like 40 karma. I think I'm in like the 5-year club.
What club are you in, Kyle?
I think I have an account for 3 months. I don't know. I think I've posted twice. I made a GIF once for an Iron Fist thing, and then I got my account up again because I saw Reddit talking about my Guy Fieri video again.
Oh.
So I'll go in there and thank people, and then
Still can't say his last name though.
I know it's fun, Guy Fieri. But
Then you just
Guy
say Fieri
Fieri
with
with
an
the
accent.
mozzarella.
so yeah, I saw Reddit jump on that video again, so I go through there and read all the fun comments that makes me laugh, and I like
This isn't by Johnny Cash.
God,
half of them are like that. My favorite new thing is people get pissy that like they say I didn't try with the video and they like made it better, and then I'll go in there and I'm like, oh yeah, I got it, that's fine, this is okay, whatever, man. Like they get like so pissy, like I added slow mo and black and white to it. This is so much better, and I just like it. I'm like, cool.
Yeah, like I feel like that's like the best insult when someone's just like,
Yeah.
I did this and this and this and this and this.
Like. So yeah, that's something that I've been doing on
That's
Reddit
such
lately.
a weird train of logic too. It's like someone built the first car. You're like, I can make it so much better, and you just add things to the first car.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
couldn't do that if the first car wasn't
He cut
there.
it down to 30 seconds, made it black and white, and did like zoom effects. It's like, yeah, I could have done that too. It's really
Star
not
wipe.
hard. Yeah,
Yeah,
Just
it was
star
just,
wipe
like
everything.
clearly you weren't trying to make a masterpiece
Yeah.
with it.
Hold on, I set out to be the best, and boy was I the best at it.
Okay, you just shut up, Kyle.
Yeah.
I will say that his restaurant in New York is now done. They closed it.
Did you take one last trip to Flavortown?
Yeah.
One last ride?
one last ride to Flavortown.
I
Yeah.
think that was like such a disjointed idea for him to have a high-end restaurant in downtown New York,
I
though.
don't think it was high end, was it? I thought it was just like TGI Fridays, but it's just expensive because it's in Times
Yeah.
Square.
I
Yeah,
think
so that's kind of what I meant is the price point. Like,
Oh.
I know that was not the right word, but he's like whole reputation is on like really cheap food, diners, drive-ins, and dives. And
Yeah.
then if you want to go eat his food, you're spending like $40 for potato skins.
Yeah.
How many of those
Hell
places
yeah.
are actually drive-ins? Because there's only like one drive-in in Cleveland.
Like, I feel like that the title is a little misleading. I feel like in every episode of that show it should be one of each of the D's, but no, they don't do that.
I don't have a problem with it because I don't watch the show. And
I
have an
like it.
opinion on
I think it's fun once in a while. He has a good time. Everyone's having a good time. There's food. What are you gonna do?
I don't know. I just don't really watch a lot of Food Network, despite the fact that a cooking show can engage me. So many of them are terrible. Like when I was on vacation in Texas, I watched Beat Bobby Flay,
Okay.
and it's just cut so fast. Nothing is in frame for more than a second. I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Like,
that one's hard to digest sometimes.
I love Chopped because they really want to make the word chopped as part of like the American lexicon.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you got chopped. Oh, man, that guy
Got
chopped.
chopped.
Oh,
Oh,
chopped.
man.
Oh.
Look at that guy.
Look at me, I'm just
chopping
chopping
lettuce.
over here.
Just
Yeah.
chopping.
What are you doing? Just chopping.
Just
you know, I
chopping.
said,
Oh man.
yeah, that's, I hate that show.
Okay. I like chopping.
I
mean,
watched
like,
a lot of it.
I
but
enjoy
I hate that
Chopped.
because they say chopped too much. I understand that I am looking directly at the Chopped cookbook right now. Like
it's a
that
good
is-
cookbook.
I'm sure it is. I just, yeah.
I
America's
also-
America's Test Kitchen is my jam.
I like that, and I got my Guy Fieri one and Binging with Babish, Alton Brown, an Action Bronson cookbook, and I got my newest one is Cooking with Coolio.
Okay.
I wish I could pay attention to the cool. You have two of that. Action
Okay,
Bronson
so
cookbook.
things happened, and Amazon.
Can I borrow one?
You can borrow one, yeah, if you want to
Yeah.
borrow one. Amazon was had me replace a package that I bought for Christmas, and then the first one came back anyways. So, and I bought that for someone else, and then Ashley's parents bought me the Action Bronson book anyways. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's good so far. I like it. It's fun. I like him a bunch. So let's talk about problems.
Sure.
We talk about problems a lot on here. That sounds fun. You guys want to talk about some problems?
Let's do it.
Cool. Who wants to go first? This is the first 2018.
I thought the guest goes first.
You want to go first?
Sure, I can. Is this the first? Is this the first episode of 2018?
Yeah.
I thought you had one last week.
No, we took last week off because I was gone.
Yeah, he was gone.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, so I just laid on the ground for a bit.
So we're starting the year off with number 5 for me.
Yeah.
Do I get like a Saturday Night Live like 5-time members jacket or something?
I'll think of something.
Can we get jackets, Kyle?
Do you want a Plucking Petals podcast jacket?
I don't know.
Or do you just want a jacket? You want me to just buy you a jacket?
Yes, the Plucking Petals Carhartt. Yes.
Maybe we'll get some patches or something. How about that?
That'd be fun.
If it would be fun, maybe a pin. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So what's your problem?
Oh, so my problem. So I didn't know until yesterday that I was going to be on this. So I didn't have like an insane week because Kyle gave me like a week notice because the universe likes to just like throw random shit at me usually when Kyle tells me that I'm going to be on the podcast.
Yeah, so you started like barricading the walls, the doors, the walls.
I didn't leave my apartment.
See,
at
that's
all
why
this
your
weekend.
barricading never works, Kyle, because you're always barricading the walls.
I did it again. Oh, they keep getting in the house.
So yeah, so it's a little less insane of like a normal problem.
Okay.
But yeah, do you have a drone stuck in your chandelier?
Yeah, it's been there for a long time.
It's been there for
I was
a
trying
long
to decide
time.
if it moved because it's normally been flat, but it could have just been someone hit the chandelier and now
I think someone hit the
it's
chandelier.
close to falling out.
Okay, sorry, I got distracted.
It's all good.
So my problem is, I guess the best way to put it is fake liberals. I
Okay.
guess is my problem. Meaning, and I work with a lot of this type of guy. I don't think even if my coworkers listen to, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So work with all these people that claim that they were like supporters of like Hillary Clinton and that they hate Donald Trump and like all this shit, but then all of their regular actions are just misogynistic, racist, just I mean, and it's a lot out there, that like I really more and more every day understand why Donald Trump won.
Yeah.
And it's because there's still this thing of like, oh, well, I voted for Hillary Clinton, so obviously I'm not a
They
misogynist.
look at it as like a fast pass for like.
Yeah.
I meant free pass. Fast pass.
No, I
is
like Fast Pass, though. It's the Fast Pass to the front of the line of Millennial Force.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Millennium Force or
Millennial Force.
I thought that was an in-depth pun for like.
No,
I'm mixing the
it wa-
roller coaster
this-
and like. No,
It's,
but
it's Kyle.
Yeah.
It wasn't. No,
Sorry.
I
barricade
always,
the walls.
I think one of my favorite parts of Plucking Petals podcast is when I have both of you guys on at the same time because it always makes me feel really good about myself.
Love you,
And
Kyle.
I have a great Sunday.
Anyhow, so that like this issue of like, I voted for Hillary Clinton, therefore like, I can't be like a misogynist, but then
It's
all
the I
of
have
their-
a black friend, I can't be racist argument.
Exactly. Yeah, and so I mean, like, just because you're a Democrat or whatever, that doesn't mean that you're, actually doing anything. Really. I mean, you happened to vote for one person instead of another. Like ultimately, like when it comes down to it, like. Yeah, and I understand 100% why Hillary Clinton wasn't necessarily like an appealing vote for a lot of people. A lot of people wanted a big amount of change. That's why there was all those like Bernie Sanders supporters who switched sides and voted for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Because they just didn't want someone that represented the system so much. They just didn't realize how much Donald Trump represents the system.
Yeah.
Well, it's because he doesn't know what he's doing, so he has to rely on the system, I feel.
Yeah.
Exactly. But so like a lot of my, like coworkers and stuff, they can't talk about it. With them, it's primarily like misogyny is the big issue.
Okay.
I mean, like my one manager is biracial, and so that he says that he's like, I can't be racist. I'm biracial, and I'm like, dude, you're just like two types of racist with half the shit
you're
that he
like-
says.
You're like doubling up on a guy.
He
like,
simultaneously makes fun of black people and white people, and I'm like, no, you can't be one of those people that's like, I insult everybody equally. No,
Yeah.
you're just an asshole.
No.
I would say that maybe that's not racist, though. You're just an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But the main problem is the way that they talk about women, and this
Okay.
is probably the larger issue more than just like fake liberals. But I think that fake liberals are super toxic to our society.
Okay.
But none of my coworkers have the ability to talk about a woman of note,
Okay.
be it politician, singer, actress, anything, without commenting on how she looks, and it's usually first and foremost.
Okay.
And I can't think of like specific women. Oh, you know what? Every time that they would talk about Tina Fey, and you're thinking like Tina Fey, this great comedy writer, you know, like super funny or whatever. Every single time my manager would bring up Tina Fey, he would say, you know, did you know that she was a virgin until she got married and she was in her 30s? I was like, first of all, why is her sex life any sort of qualification?
Where did you get that piece of information?
Second of all,
it's in her book, Bossy
gotcha.
Pants.
I don't think that's even true.
Really?
I don't think so, because I talked about it with Missy, and Missy's like, that. I don't think that's true. Like
Okay.
and we've both read the Bossy Pants, but it's been a while for me.
Yeah. I
But-
own it. I don't remember the last time I read it.
But regardless,
own
I
it.
mean, 3 separate conversations about Tina Fey
Yeah.
all started with she was a virgin until she got married, or like any woman in general. They always like talk about like how hot she is and like specifics on their body, and like I know for myself that I have to start speaking up about this. I'm already kind of the office killjoy. Just in that, like, I mean, like when things get really out of hand, I do say something, but I need to start like.
Do you think that's symptomatic of the fact that like most women of note, as I've been sitting here trying to think of it, are actresses, and that really is an important role on like you got to be physically attractive to like do Hollywood a lot of the time. And it's like I was trying to think of like Marie Curie is the only person I could come up with was like not a woman of note because she's a star in like.
Well, I mean, there's a lot in like politics.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I guess I would have a hard time finding like male scientists that would. I mean, granted, most like you got like your Elon Musks and stuff like that that are.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would say like in politics and things like that is probably where you're going to get. And I think like entertainment and politics is where we get most of our.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to be a contrarian here. For
Yeah, no, I got you.
But
Well,
it's
I
like
mean-
a lot of that is your physical attractiveness, and I get that.
Yeah. I mean, and it is hard to actually. Missy and I were having a long conversation about this the other day, about it's really hard to think of female singers who aren't hypersexualized.
No, that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, could only really think of like, I mean, at least currently, like one, like Adele.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
that's
my first one, damn it.
Exactly. Well, and it's because she's bigger, but
Yeah.
and that's why our, like society, doesn't hypersexualize her because she's got this amazing voice, and then they haven't like sexualized her. And
Yeah.
stuff in that way because
Not
of
yet,
her size.
for that
yeah,
matter,
which
but
that's shitty. Let's start sexualizing Adele. No, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Right
no,
now.
I don't want that to happen. I feel like it's
Yeah.
going to happen at some point because that's how our society works, apparently.
Right.
And it sucks.
Yeah, Rule
'Cause I like
34
Adele.
is exactly what's wrong with our society.
Exactly.
Can we just be more repressed sexually? Either Rule 34
No,
has to
I've
be.
seen what that happened. That Japan, they had to segregate subways because there was so much groping. Like,
Jesus.
more repression is not the answer.
No.
I don't know what it is, but yeah.
No, I mean, I think it's just that everybody needs to get more chill about sexuality.
Cool.
So that it's not so, because like, if it's so repressed and it feels like it's
Yeah.
wrong or whatever, then you can fake liking a person because you're sexually attracted to them, fake liking their art.
Gotcha.
But I mean, still, regardless, not to get too off topic, but it's there's a real problem with the way that a lot of men talk about women, and they don't see it as sexist. They're like, like, no, I just appreciate the female form and things like that. But they undervalue the power of language, and the language that you use can dictate the way that you act, regardless of whether or not you believe it. Now, if you talk about women only in a sexual way around your like guy friends, you're going to treat women that way because that's what you're ingrained. Like, this is how I think about women as sexual things. So when you're actually around women, you're going to just be checking them out, and you're going to be, talking down to them, like and not treating them as equals.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a real problem then with like saying that
Sorry, I just thought of a joke. I think it was from Workaholics. It's like it was like because you're talking down to them, and it was like one guy talking to two women. He's like, "Oh yeah, you know, mansplaining," and they're like, "Oh yeah, we know what mansplaining is," and he's just like, "Mansplaining is when a man talks down."
Yeah. Oh, I actually mansplained to Kyle the other day, and I called it homo-splaining because
Yeah.
I like to mansplain, but only to other men.
Yeah. What were you mansplaining about to me again?
I don't know. I made some sort of reference or whatever, and then it didn't seem immediately like you caught the reference, and then I
Yeah.
put in parentheses in a text what the reference was, and then you put in parentheses, I know I was just being silly. And then,
it was a speaking of workaholics, it was a Perfecto reference.
oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. No one knows what the fuck Perfecto is.
I have no
do.
idea.
Perfecto is a music project that was this rapper Serengeti and Anders.
Yeah.
Anders Holm, who's actually been on a couple Serengeti records before. He was on there's this whole like.
No, I didn't mean to derail your point.
Yeah,
No,
no,
not at all.
Yeah.
You're good.
I like talking about Serengeti sub projects.
Yeah. Well, I also really like talking about workaholics. I really like that show. So
I never got into it, man. It was just I think it was just I don't know, not my brand of humor.
it's fine.
You know.
It's okay. It's okay.
So, yeah.
So what else about fake liberals grinds your gears?
Well, do you think there's a forum for it at all, where like it's okay to appreciate, like in that case, like man, like, how do you feel about content like the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, where like how can you not approach it through that lens?
I don't know immediately off the top of my head
Gotcha.
how I feel about the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. I never paid it much mind.
Mm-hmm.
Like just never. I mean, like it was always like, all right, when I was like 12 and masturbating to anything,
Mm-hmm.
I like the swimsuit issue was like a prized possession
Yeah.
to any like
Hidden
12-year-old
under the mattress. And,
Exactly. I mean, that's but and in general, like the way that I feel about like if I saw a dude like holding that magazine, I'd be like, hey, you fucking creep, just like I was
I
like,
get what
but
you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, why are you buying magazines to jerk off to? That's what the internet's for. As I just discussed, Reddit, it has too much porn.
And it's free on the internet.
Exactly. Like people why are you paying for porn? No,
How does Adult Mart still stay in business?
well, I mean, they sell like sex toys and stuff.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
that's
so
true.
there's that.
This is taking a weird turn.
I'm fine talking about it if you guys want to talk about.
No, it's fine. I asked the question. I'm just curious because
Yeah.
I feel like there is kind of a market for that, and
Right,
I'm
yeah.
wondering
No,
do you think that in itself is toxic, or do you think like it's okay? There's a space for that, but it just shouldn't bleed out into like, hi, I'm an Olympic athlete. Oh yeah, she's hot. Like, no, it shouldn't go that
Right.
way. Yeah.
I think that. Yeah, I think it's totally fine to be sexually attracted to different types of people, whatever your thing is. Like, don't be ashamed of like, even if it's just like, I like blonde women with big boobs. Fine, that's your thing. That's
Yeah.
that's totally fine.
That's a rare one. You really reached for that.
Well, no, I mean, I was saying even if it's as like base level or like super kinky or whatever, that's all fine. But then it's there's a difference though in how you talk about a woman. Now, say there was like an actress like Alison Brie or whatever.
Okay.
Talk about her like comedy and her acting and like appreciate her the same way that you would appreciate Chris Evans. And just see the work that they're doing first.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, like, sure, like I find Alison Brie attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Sure.
gonna say you went right for my jugular with that one. It's like I have a real hard time separating in that particular case.
No, and
yeah.
I get you. Like
Yeah.
I'm very attracted to Alison Brie as well, and this is something that Missy knows.
Yeah.
She likes to harass me every time it comes. Like every time we're watching
Hey.
like a Alison Brie, like, and it's not my fault that she's in the best stuff.
Yeah.
Glow was one of the
It
best
was really
Netflix
good.
shows.
And
Oh,
I
I
just
still
said I
haven't
just
seen
saw the
Glow.
Disaster Artist movie. What the fuck was she doing in that? I did not expect
Disaster.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
She's
think
just there.
I think everybody wanted to be in the Disaster
Yeah, that's
Artist.
true.
Yeah.
watch Glow. Seriously, it's
Okay.
like I would say like for me, it's like Stranger Things season 1 and then Glow.
Okay.
As far as like my favorite things Netflix has produced.
Okay.
It was really good. Like Alison Brie showed a lot of range there. Like I actually like believed her as that old.
And I
or,
normally-
like, yeah.
Yeah, I normally don't like Mark Maron.
And he
but-
is the older guy with the mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not.
I normally don't like but it actually kind of got me into Mark Maron, and then I
Okay.
went and listened to his like comedy albums again, and I was like, okay, I actually like get this guy now.
I like Mark Maron.
Yeah, and him in Glow it's really really good as well.
Okay.
So
Well, I'll have to-
they're like
I'll
the
have to
two main
watch it.
stars of it.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so yeah, it's just appreciate people for their work first, outside of like what they're accidentally putting off. You know, I mean, we all want to be valued in one way, and obviously, like porn stars, they want you to see them that way, because that's the job that they are doing.
Yes.
But don't treat like an actress, a singer, a politician the same way that you would a porn star. But even
if
put
you
the
treat
person's
the porn star, she's a human being.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not saying, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
but you're you're supposed to with a porn star be attracted to them.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay to like if you're at an adult con, I guess, go up and start talking about sex. If you did that to like your waitress, being asked to leave is like totally acceptable. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like just be cool about it. I don't know how to say it. You know,
At the
just,
end of the
just,
day.
just be cool. Like,
Just-
and try and
just be
appreciate people
cool.
for their work that they do first. And anything else is, you know, extra. But like just try and see someone for their work and for what they actually put out there. And you know, just like think about the way that you like see people that are like you. So if you're a white male, like the way that you view other white white men,
What? Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
try to look at black females the same way, white females, Asian males. Like try and see the way that you see them first. Like sorry, I'm getting tangled up in my words
That's
right
cool.
now.
All right,
But
so we
try-
went on to actresses where the line's a little grayer, but I guess I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but like women in your actual life, even if you don't know them, but like, I don't know, you're working somewhere, someone comes up, orders something, and I have seen a lot of commenting on like that person's attractive. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck off, she's just doing her own thing. Like,
Yeah.
Exactly, like your barista at Starbucks or whatever. Like appreciate
trying
them
to
as
make
like a person in the
coffee.
service industry that's giving you coffee.
Yeah.
See them for their work first.
Yes.
I got you.
I don't know, but I'm also like that's also part of my general like ideals and stuff like that. Is that I always value work over everything. So
Yeah.
like, I mean, like you know, one of the first things that became like really attracted to Missy for. I mean, obviously, yeah, I thought she was hot, but
Yeah.
but also like when I like started.
It's like it gets it moving because like the prospect of approaching another human being and opening yourself up is terrifying. So you almost need physical attraction to make that work. But I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, like when she first sang for me, you know, that was like that's like when I was like you know falling in love, and then
Yeah.
like when I saw like her theater work, like that's so like work has always been super important to me. So
Yeah.
this might be a little bit on my ideals, but I don't think it's a bad way to be of like appreciating
No.
someone for the work that they do versus their physical like the things that they couldn't help, you know. So. Anyhow,
I
just,
know I
just be
thought
cool.
this is a very weird place to find a nugget of wisdom on this, but the movie Mean Girls, have you guys seen that?
Yeah.
So at the end, when Lindsay Lohan, who was at her absolute peak, I know she looked very good in that movie, but
Yeah.
she made the point that like the fact that she's fighting against this fighting, but you know in the math econ, the other woman who was like not put together well at all, it's like what she looked like is not. If I could attack that, it's not going to stop her from like beating me at like what we're competing in. It like
Yeah.
her appearance does not have any effect on what we're doing right now. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's a good way to.
Yeah, I mean, look, we elected the ugliest man in the world to run.
Dude, he's the most physically fit president ever.
Yeah. and he is a stable genius, as though we just learned.
Oh, dude, I saw the fucking. Is Matt Oswalt Patton Oswalt's brother?
Yes.
Okay, Matt Oswalt had a tweet yesterday that was a GIF of a horse unlocking a barn door, and he just wrote above it "stable genius."
Oh,
I like it.
That's perfect. Jeez.
Yeah, Matt Oswalt, man, is so fucking
He's
funny.
good. Both of them are great.
He's
great
real
online.
sexy. I bet you he's got a big dick.
Yeah, just like the widest. It's like a pop can.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back after.
Okay.
Do we have advertisers now?
No, I have to go pee.
Oh.
Fair enough.
I
All
have
right,
to
we
go
can
pee.
talk about
You guys can
MeUndies.
keep talking. I just need to go pee like super bad. So, you guys keep. I've cut this out because I want to talk.
Do a fake money zone.
Right? Well, today is brought to you by MeUndies. MeUndies, the softest thing that you can put around your balls, made of modal, which is three times as soft as cotton.
All right, MeUndies. I always skip through money zones and stuff.
Really? They're
Is
actually
it-
kind of funny.
Is it a underwear delivery service like a loot box kind of thing?
No, MeUndies is a well, I think you can get like a subscription service to it. So you
So-
get like a new pair every month or whatever. Or you can buy I think you can do it non-subscription as well and just buy their underwear regular. I think that they're somewhere in like the $15 to $20 range though for the underwear.
For one pair of underwear?
Yeah, which is a lot.
So if I spend $20 on a pair of underwear, I don't want to have to pick them up at the frequency of I need a new pair every month. Like, I feel like they should have more longevity if you're buying a new.
Right? No. They'll just send you a new one so you can eventually like replace all of your underwear with this modal stuff, the MeUndies thing. So that's, I think that they do have like a longevity to them. I honestly don't super know. The only like podcast based product that I've ever bought from was Squarespace and Warby Parker
What's Warby Parker?
glasses.
Okay.
So
Yeah, because they're not part of the whatever the.
the Luxottica.
Yeah, that's it.
So they're Warby Parker. This is like my first pair that I've ever had. They're only like $95, and compared
You
to
look
other,
gorgeous. I'm back.
Well, Elise did those, and they send you 5, right? You could try them on.
they send to try on at home, and then you just
Fill
send
your
us back and
prescription.
tell them which one. I had a problem with these ones because they actually sit a little bit like I'm a little higher up on the lens.
Yeah.
And so when I first got them, they're like lenses have a focus point. The focus was up, was down lower. So then when I looked through them this way, everything was like kind of like fucked up, and I started getting like headaches and stuff. So then they had me send a picture of myself with the glasses, showing where I normally wear them, and then they recentered the lenses.
That's
really
pretty
nice.
awesome.
Yeah, and they did that for me, and they did that for free, and so it still cost us $95.
yeah.
I had a really great experience with them, and Squarespace is like a really good, solid. Like if you just want a basic website or
Are
whatever.
these advertisements?
We were
Yeah.
talking about it jokingly. He went into a fake MeUndies plug. And,
Oh, okay. I have a Squarespace website and I really like it. It's so easy.
What's your Squarespace website?
My Squarespace website is thisiskylewirtz.com.
I'm about to make this isn't KyleWertz.com.
And it's just all things that aren't me.
I'm gonna do this might be KyleWords.com.
Well, KyleWertz.com was taken, and I
You should
needed.
have gotten on that early. My dad bought PatrickStoops.com
That's adorable.
back in like '98.
and now he's trying to sell it to you for $400.
Well, no, he's like, do you need any? I still have all these domains. I'm like, well, I go as p.stoops.com, and we didn't really like
Yeah.
foresee that back in '98.
Well,
So
I was gonna do Wertz, but I wanted a website that had all of my stuff that I do, like improv and video and freelance.
well, why don't you
stuff,
just
so-
also have Mayor? Why don't you also take Mayor Wertz and then just have it link directly to this?
That's
is
a good
Kyle
idea
Wertz.
too. I should.
And then that way, when you're just doing music shit, you can just be like mayorwertz.com, and then they'll type that in, and it'll magically
redirect.
change. Yeah.
Okay, that's a good
Redirect.
idea.
That's the word I was
redirect.
looking for.
Those are words.
Well, that's a 15% consulting fee, right?
Yeah. Get that bottom line. James, let's talk about your problem for this week, good sir.
Cool. I got a nice little easy throwaway one, and
I
mine
like.
is people that don't appreciate that they're in public. Like,
Please. Please elaborate, because I think I know what you mean, but I don't think I know what you mean.
yeah. So I
at the
mean,
same
like, I
time.
just flew, and I already bitched about the flying process, but flew to Chicago down to Texas.
Yeah.
On my second flight, my girlfriend and I were separated, so I was in the middle seat.
Yeah.
And the guy to the left of me was maybe one of the worst human beings I ever met
no.
on the face of the earth. That's a huge overstatement. But so
You
first
were
of all,
seated next to Donald Trump.
Yeah.
well,
Hey,
no, it was like,
fuck
he
off,
was
fuck
small
off.
enough to fit in one seat.
Oh.
But yeah, he was just like sick. But his rationale, and I heard them because the first thing, we're on a plane. So he pulls out his cell phone, makes the call. He doesn't take a call, and he just starts talking. So he's being really loud. They're like trying to go through stuff, but he's still on his phone. And I can hear him say, "Yeah, I got sick, so I just decided to fly down to Corpus Christi." So one, like, I get it. You book travel plans ahead of time. You get sick, it sucks. But like, this dude's decision was, I got sick, I want to go to Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
So now he's flying and he's contagious as fuck.
Yeah.
He was having one of those conversations that, in like a movie, when the protagonist is having a bad day and he gets stuck next to someone who's just on the phone and having a one-sided conversation. It was exactly that.
Oh no.
And then he just like, somehow during the flight, you know, the engine's going, he had this bag of Halls that he just was wrinkling so bad that through my headphones and through the engine, I just heard him fidgeting with it.
Oh, no.
And then it just smelled like menthol. So, like, and he took his shoes off. I know you said you do it in the theater, and I hate you for doing that. But like,
I take my shoes off on a plane, too.
Yeah. Oh.
But I also normally just wear sandals, so... You know,
you're basically
But
not
I
wearing
keep
shoes.
socks on. It's always like, this a sock.
Wait, hold on. You're wearing socks with sandals?
Yes. I'm already in a plane. There's not a lot going on in my life that's going great. So if I have to, because it's easier to take off at the airport. It's easy to go through TSA.
I get that.
I don't want to hold. My biggest fear is holding up a line at TSA. I hate that.
Why don't you just wear shoes that are easy to like slip on and off?
I don't own shoes like that.
Oh, I mean, I usually just like when I'm waiting in the line, I just like unlace them real quick. And then just kind of walk with like my laces out or whatever. Then I can just like slip them off.
Just carefully,
and then
not trip.
There's always like always benches and shit right after you go through the check through that you can like sit down and put your shoes back on.
Always Benz's. Never mind.
Yeah, make fun of me. Go on. Come on.
I screwed out the word benches, so never mind. It's not worth it. I guess I'll try that. I'm flying in February, so I guess I'll try that.
It sucks with sandals though, man. That's a rough statement.
But here's the other thing: like when
it's
I do
also
that,
the middle of January and there's snow everywhere.
Well, that's okay. So I was gonna say the other thing is that like when I normally fly, it's normally like in warmer weather, so I can just do that. Also, no one approaches you in socks and sandals. No one asks you for help. No one asks for directions. You look like the least approachable person, and that's what I want to be in an airport.
So I have a problem where if I'm flying with Elise, I've never gotten any additional screening. But when I'm by myself, I'm a single guy with one carry-on. My beard is usually not very well groomed, and my hair is like... I have been pulled out of line and specifically asked questions every time I've flown alone.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Holy shit! I've never had that happen.
I've never had that
Yeah,
either.
I think I just look like a terrorist. Like, I know my skin is very white, but it's just, I have that look, flying single, and I'm just, like, rough and beardy. And...
Dude, I literally one time flew to Chicago one way with a carry-on bag that had nothing but a fucking trucking strap in it.
Why?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I didn't get screened. Like,
Okay.
That's weird. Yeah. So
Well, I went there for work, and I had to drive a truck back, but I needed to
get that thing for it. The strap.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, like I had to do a truck full of merch and stuff on. And so,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Oh, when I helped you guys move here, there was a big like crank thing that someone used and put in my trunk. It's still in my trunk.
Oh,
So
really?
if anyone has been asking for it, I have
No
it.
one has.
Yeah,
That's
all
so
right.
weird. That's fine. I'll ask around. I'm sure it's maybe like Craig's or something like that. So he's just being an asshole in public.
Yeah, but it's like a general problem because, you know, you show up and it's like, I get it if you're like 3 hours early for your flight, it's okay to lay down across the seats. But when people start showing up, get up.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just like people like everywhere sprawled out across 5 seats. So like, and then there's the, I flew United. We have assigned seats. So like they do boarding groups and like fucking someone cut me in line. And I'm like, what are you in a fucking hurry for? Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna be sitting in the same seat no matter what.
Yeah,
Right.
it does not matter.
Ugh.
So it's just like, you know, don't treat public spaces like your fucking house. Like, I get it. No one really likes flying and we're all having a miserable time. But, like,
Yeah.
just be appreciative that there's other people around.
And don't be sick next to other people.
Well, I mean, sometimes you can't help it.
Yeah.
But like, don't specifically go on a plane because you're sick. That's
Yeah,
awful.
that
Jeez.
was real weird.
What kind of money does this guy have? I mean, he was in first class, so, but... 'cause
Enough money where he's
yeah.
like, I say I'm gonna go somewhere.
Yeah.
I've never gotten sick and was like, I need to travel. It's like I need to lay down forever until this passes.
They just wanted to go somewhere warm.
Hey, I get it.
Yeah. Well, and so I have this similar problem in the theater a lot as well because
Yep.
Missy and I have like season tickets to Playhouse Square for those musicals and stuff.
Yeah.
And The last musical that we went to go see, which was the Gloria Estefan musical, Get On Your Feet.
Okay.
Which is, surprisingly, I was not expecting to enjoy that as much as I did.
Did you get on your feet multiple times during the...
Hey, why don't you just
No.
continue?
It's in the title.
But when we, the first one that we went to was Waitress, which is
Okay.
like based off that movie. And music
I saw the
by Cerberus.
billboard for it, but I never
It's
saw it.
the musical's
I heard
beautiful.
I haven't seen the movie. I heard it's really good.
The I've only seen the musical, but the
Okay.
musical's fantastic. But the entire time there was like a woman like 2 or 3 rows ahead of us that was like talking and just like yeah, I mean the amount of people that talk through a theater performance
It's fucking
is
mind-blowing.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't. That's why I don't go to like regular theaters.
I'm
anymore.
kind of dreading
It
like
irks
we're
me.
going to Hamilton in July, and I'm just like, oh god,
Man, yeah.
that's gonna bring out like the worst theater goers. I mean,
Yeah, I wish places would be more sticklers. I wish we could go back to like when it's like if you're not dressed up, we're throwing you out. Because if you showed up in a pair of like sweatpants that says "juicy" across the ass,
Yeah.
you're probably not gonna be the best theater patron. Like,
Exactly. But you know, I just want to be comfortable sometimes, James. So
No, that's fine.
fucking deal
Or you
with
show
it.
and
up
just
with
want to
socks and
advertise your
sandals,
juicy
so-
ass.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just want to advertise to everyone that I have a juicy ass.
I mean, like, I get where you're coming from on dress codes, but like, I don't know. A lot of times dress codes to me just kind of seem more like they're trying to keep poor people out.
Ooh, I didn't think of that aspect.
Okay,
But,
Yeah.
yeah,
all right,
my
go-
mind was more the mentality like, hey, I got dressed up for this. I should be like. I feel
I
like
should behave.
Yeah, it kind of like puts you in a certain mindset. And I feel like maybe the like pajama pants, sweatpants out in public kind of goes back to the I kind of feel like I'm at home thing.
Gotcha, okay.
No, I do get that, but I forget, Kyle, if I sent this to you.
Oh
But,
no.
So I was. Oh, here we go. I didn't say I sent it to Jess, but not you.
I'm sorry.
There was a. It's the Harry Buffalo in Parma Heights. So I'm gonna. Well, let's play a little game. Is this dress code racist or not?
Okay.
So the dress code on the outside of the building says no gang apparel or colors.
Yes.
Do rags, bandanas,
Yep.
wave caps.
Yep.
Sideways or crooked hats. Excessively quotation marks baggy clothing.
Yep.
Oversized shirts, jerseys, etc. Sweatsuits, muscle shirts, excessive jewelry, weapons. So do you
I think
that
everything
they-
except weapons was racist.
Yeah, I think every little ounce of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's Harry Buffalo in Parma Heights. I just
Yeah.
want to really make sure that it's Harry.
Buffalo,
that everyone knows it's Harry Buffalo,
in
Parma Heights. Just absolutely the worst dress code. I mean, I can understand like, the like maybe like if it was just like one of those things, like no. I don't know. Even like baggy clothing seems a little bit like.
So for me, like the baggy clothing zone, you could maybe make an argument for because I don't know.
Bringing stuff in,
Yeah,
maybe.
but this is also Harry Buffalo. For some reason, I still had my mind on theater.
Yeah.
like,
I know
so
that.
I don't know. What are you gonna do? Steal from a Harry Buffalo? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Put some
All those
wings down your
sauces.
pants.
Yeah. So
No, and Harry Buffalo is a casual restaurant.
Yeah.
So, I love how they said no crooked or sideways caps.
Yeah.
Meaning,
What about a visor? Are visors still allowed? didn't specify visors.
the
one like a
society
visor
doesn't allow it.
sideways.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, upside down too. Let's be honest here.
But like, you know that like you could go in there with like a group of your like white guy friends, and each one of you could be like doing one of those things that's on the against the dress code, and they wouldn't fucking do anything about it. But it's purely, I bet you it's for being able to kick people out with reason. Like if there's like a group of black people there and they don't want them there, they can be like, well, they're against the dress code.
Yeah.
and so you have to leave. I mean, it's basically they post that on the door so that they have an excuse as to why they're being racist.
Yeah, they can't like.
I'm
sue
being
them
really
or
social
whatever.
justice warrior
Is this
today.
part of
I
your
don't know.
2018?
I don't-
Is this a lack of preparation on our part to tell you that you want to be on the podcast this week?
I mean, I might have thought of something a little bit more fun. I
That's
guess,
fine.
but
It's okay.
but you know, it's a legitimate. I did 4 goofy problems, and now I've got one.
Yeah.
one serious one.
One serious
So
one.
the next time you come on, you're going.
Give me
straight
more than a
goof
1 day
troop.
notice,
That's
and
fine.
I will have an insane problem that you'll be like, I didn't even know people did this.
My
yeah,
mind's
you'll be
gonna
like,
blow.
who's sponging you now?
God damn it. Is there anything else you want to talk about public-wise?
No, not really. But
Okay.
also, like, if you're in a car, you're not in your house, so the rules still apply. I know there's, like, road rage, but there's also just, like, road oblivious. Where just people don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I'm gonna say you guys all drive down 117th once in a while. It is all shit. Everyone drives around here is garbage.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm surprised I don't get hit every day. I did. My car did get hit out here the other day, so that's super fun. No, they hit the mirror and it just cracked the outside of the mirror, the plastic stuff. But I have a lease, so I have to figure out how to what I'm gonna do with it.
When I was on my way to work at my last job, there was a car parked on the street, and I watched as I was walking in a van knock the mirror off of a car parked there and just run the red light and keep going.
Oh yeah, they didn't leave a note here either. What a surprise!
Well,
so weird.
And then my car got hit recently over on
By
Madison.
Mahal's, right?
Yeah, by Mahal's there, and like a car like sped around a corner and hit another car that was backing up behind mine and slammed that car into mine, and it nearly got my car a salvage title because my car is shitty enough that it doesn't require a lot of damage. But I had to beg with the insurance company not to do that. Just so
hit a bug with the windshield. Oh, dude, we gotta
yeah, salvage. Oh, fuck.
Well, let's talk about
What's your problem?
what you want to talk. We can
WikiHow.
We can do WikiHow.
We're going long. Let's just go right into your problem.
What, my problem?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. We'll talk about my problem. Okay, so my problem this week is swatting. This is a very specific problem for internet stuff, so I will explain it. Swatting is where you play an online game with someone, or you watch someone play an online game, and the person who's watching thinks it's a good idea to find out where this person lives, call the police in that area, and tell them that there is a hostage situation there, or there's a bomb threat, or they're going to kill someone in that building. And then that person who's playing the video game live, normally on Twitch, the SWAT team comes in, kicks down the door, and arrests them on stream. And it's like this like funny joke that's going around that's funny in quotations. Recently this happened, and a SWAT member shot the guy in the house because they told him it was like a hostage situation, I believe.
Yep.
And he died. The person died. And they were just playing Call of Duty, and this guy got pissed at the guy who was playing with and swatted his house.
No.
What?
The guy who was playing with gave him a fake address. They swatted someone else's house and murdered a man who doesn't even play video games.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I did not reread the article completely, apparently. Yeah. So, regardless, swatting is a huge issue, and that is very scary for most people and probably everyone in their lives.
Especially this guy who probably wasn't even playing online, doesn't.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, SWAT people are breaking into his house and just shoot him.
Well, he was out on the front porch and his hands were up, and then the police said that it looked like he was about to like reach for something in his waist, which is what the police always fucking say when they murder somebody.
Up. Yeah.
They're like, well, he looked like he was reaching for something. Fuck you. It was a 6-year-old kid, or what,
It's like that whole cop thing in that regardless is
I watched
insane.
a Twitch stream where it wasn't live. I saw the video of it where a guy was getting swatted on stream. He's like, oh my God, guys, I'm getting swatted here. I'm going to do this. So they break in and you can hear different people saying, get on the ground, stand up, put your hands above your head, put your hands behind your back. Like, what the fuck do you do in that situation to not
like
get murdered?
At that point, like, well, yeah, what do you do? And they do that on purpose to like confuse you. And then when you start doing something, they can shoot you for it.
Yeah.
Like, it's real.
Yeah, because when you go from like your hands behind your head to your hands behind your back, it looks like you're about
like
to pull
intent.
out a gun.
It looks like intent. So
But these were all being screamed at the same time, so I don't know what you do. I'd probably just lay down face first, my hands behind my back, because that's where they put you anyway. Like,
sprawl out as much as possible, and make sure that your stomach is on the ground. I think is the best.
I say
best way.
Just go limp and just fall to the ground.
Yeah, just
and then just like
ragdoll.
Yeah. Did you ever play that as a kid? The Ragdoll game?
Mm-hmm. What is the Ragdoll game?
Shit.
Oh no.
No.
What is the Ragdoll game?
It was just the thing where you just go limp and then your friends would like.
I never played it as a game, but it was kind of a way to like, bully a little brother where you just kind of like lean on him and then go limp, and then he's like stuck with your dead weight.
Oh no! With this, it would like you'd like control the other person, like make them play piano and stuff, and like they would be like.
Gotcha.
This is a whose line is it anyways?
Yeah. I need a suggestion for a place that 2 people can go.
Apparently,
That is in
Patrick's
Disney
tormented
World.
past. I thought it was a normal
I mean,
thing.
it doesn't sound like abusive or
Okay.
like
No, it doesn't
mentally
sound like it's a
scarring
problem.
in any
It
way.
just sounds like
It's
a
just
really
like one
bad
of those-
improv bit.
like okay, just like one of those weird things that you do as a kid that you were.
That's understandable. No
So
worries.
what's the solution to swatting? Deflect.
I don't know. Like that's the problem. Is like
Man, what we need.
kids are gonna do it because they think it's funny.
Are they still doing it since
Yeah.
that happened?
Yeah.
I mean,
Has there
I'm
been like reports
assuming-
of it happening?
I'm assuming
I don't
it
know
has. I don't know.
offhand.
It doesn't happen as much. Recently, some like 15-year-old went to court and like lost because he did the swatting or whatever. So it's like it's
The guy who did this one called in a bomb threat during the net neutrality meeting, so they had to evacuate a building.
okay.
And then right after that guy got murdered, he's like, I didn't murder anyone. I didn't have a weapon in my hand. But luckily, he's been arrested, and they're trying to
Oh,
see
that's
what they can
good.
try him with. I think they're pushing for like first-degree manslaughter, which is kind of like you run someone
Against
over
the
with
police officer that shot him?
against the swatter. I don't know what's happening to the police officer.
That's a whole problem.
That's a different problem that we
Yeah.
probably shouldn't talk about here, but that
Well,
we need
we can
police
talk about it.
reform. Really badly.
There needs to be better training and a bunch of other stuff to
I don't
make the
know
police
what
force
it
better.
is.
But yeah, I don't know the solution other than like throw the book of these people super hard and make an example out of people who are doing this, so no one does it because it's
How
not
are they getting
cool.
each other's addresses?
Well, I mean, you just kind of like get it out of them, and that's why this went
how
to the
do-
wrong house. Where
well,
How do you
when you
like?
do
Why? It's like, oh, good headshot, no scope. What's your address?
no,
What-
but it's like you just get him talking enough, you get his name. Kyle says he has a website. I don't know if he has his address anywhere on there. But
Yeah,
if he did,
I don't.
You get it that
thankfully,
way.
but
Like,
there's other ways. Like you can literally hit someone's IP address and you can find their you can find it if you knew how to use a computer like that. You can find an address in 30 seconds. Like,
did you ever see the Shia LaBeouf crazy thing where he tried to do the "He Will Not Divide Us" experiment? So there was one. He hung a flag randomly in the desert and pointed a camera at it, and within 48 hours, based on when the sun set and stuff, and then they had a guy driving honking a horn, and they found that. They put it in some guy's private residence in Europe, and within 24 hours, they found what house it was at. Because just based on like when the sun set, the ripples, and then they went around flashing lights in the windows, they thought it could be like the internet's ability to discover things is terrifying.
yeah, it's a good thing because we
Yeah.
can basically be our own CSI.
It went the other way around. I saw one where actually it happened here in Ohio, where someone was like with his bare feet standing on the lettuce at a Burger King, and someone using the data on the photo,
Yep.
found the guy and got him fired.
Yeah.
Well, I know that there's also a problem with. There is a house that's essentially in the middle of the U.S. It's in like Kansas or something.
Okay.
And there's something with like a default IP address where programmers a long time ago just gave it this geographical location.
Okay.
Just because they thought they're like, well, no one lives here or whatever. And
Yeah.
So there is an IP address out there that's sort of like just a default IP address that a lot of people use, and that's actually now like someone's farm.
Oh, jeez.
Is there now?
Oh,
so
jeez.
this person had this like huge problem that about once a month someone was like coming and like just dumping trash in their farm or like sending them like threats and stuff because like bill collectors or something were like or scammers were like
Yeah.
using this IP address
Yeah.
that was actually linked to an address that but I don't know if that ever got resolved or whatever.
Gotcha.
But like middle of
Let's say you can always just renew your IP address and they give you a new one.
But if you don't want someone to find your IP address
That's
or whatever,
true.
then
That's
they,
also
then they
true.
just use this default one. So
Gotcha.
it's not this person who
Oh,
lives at the
okay.
geographical location of the IP address. It's that IP address has been like hooked. It's been probably about 2 months since I read this article.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
Gotcha. I don't know how to solve this. I just think it's a big issue and people
Everyone
like.
should just stop playing video games online with other people.
I have
But
a lot
I
of fun
like-
doing it, but I did notice
I like
that like
playing games with James online. It's
I've
fun.
noticed like maybe like in my old age, like people lose their temper over like the most random shit, and you're just like, huh, like what is your life like?
Yeah.
That these are like your most extreme problems. You're losing your shit over this.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you must have it
someone
fucking
sniped you from
made
across the
somewhere
map.
else.
Like, yeah. Like if this is what you're getting angry about.
Yeah.
Like your life must be
What's
goddamn
that
golden.
adage? You could judge the size of a man by the size of his problems.
Yep.
That's good. I hadn't heard that before.
Crushing it. Yeah, it was kind of just more of a throwaway problem, but I find that to be an
That's
interesting.
not a
concept.
throwaway problem. My dude got murdered.
It's a throwaway problem until it happens to you, Kyle.
Till you guys don't see me again.
So my
around
address
in
is
the-
123 Fake Street.
Yeah, mine's 345 Totally Real Avenue.
They're right
Mine's
next to each other.
100 Charming Avenue.
Nailed it. All right,
That's actually from a newer episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh yeah, I love that. Show.
Did you see that one
still
where
need
they
to
do, like
watch
they're
this.
trying to find the jewel heist or
Yeah.
the wine club heist person? And
I need to watch
100
this still.
Charming Avenue. That's what you came up with? Yeah, I looked it up specifically because I knew it'd irritate you. So good.
That show is amazing, and I feel like it doesn't get enough credit.
It's because I think it's because it's on Fox and not on NBC.
Okay.
Maybe.
Because it's Michael Schur. It's the same guy
I
that did.
don't know that.
He did The Office, Parks and Rec.
Oh really?
What's his other one? He had one other one besides The Good Place.
Yeah, that show's pretty good too.
I don't particularly like that one, but yeah. So it's the same
I
show,
love Ted Danson
same
in that show.
showrunner.
Ted Danson's great. I still haven't seen that either. I'm very behind on television.
No,
currently.
but I also think you were good in Social Justice Warrior, as you said. Brooklyn Nine-Nine does diversity in one of the best ways possible because it's like, I know their police chief captain is a black gay male, and to describe his character, you would go through so many adjectives before you even had to bring that up because
Okay.
he's so.
Oh
Much
my
that
god, he's
complex.
well, and he's just like such like a dry yes or no, like really like just all about business, the job, and everything first and foremost.
Yeah.
Actually, I was showing Missy the show because I'm like trying to get her into it.
Okay.
And I was like, oh yeah, this character, by the way, is a gay character and has a husband. And she was like, really? Like you like never would have.
it's like not like a thing.
Well,
Like,
they
Exactly.
do, but they
not.
bring it up a few times, but it's never like, haha, that's the butt of the joke, or
Right.
haha.
No, it's just- yeah,
it's part
it's
of
just
this.
like a
it's like
thing.
his
well-written
husband
character.
Kevin, who's
Yeah.
actually played by Mark Evan Jackson.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they do that, and one of the characters they just had come out as bisexual, and they actually did like address that in a very nice way.
That's cool.
Her father was played by Danny Trejo.
I love Danny Trejo. Danny
He's
Trejo's
really good.
so great.
Yeah, I mean they do actually like it's a really diverse cast as well. But it's also like a super funny show, and Andy Samberg's character's like obsession with Die Hard is fantastic.
Okay.
And it's Joe Latruglio in the first season was kind of a sexual predator, but they changed that.
Well, that's
So,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, he was not the best.
He is now, like,
he's
I-
gotten a lot better.
Okay.
Yeah. His whole family like looks exactly like him.
They're
It's
kind of like the
really
Shroots from
a
The
little bit,
Office.
yeah.
Okay.
No, but it
Interesting.
also like it's well written. It's like, but they also do address some of these serious things, like you said, being bi. But there's also one Terry Crews is in it, and he's an amazing character on it. But
Yeah.
there was one
That's
where
right. I
he
forgot
got
he was
harassed by like a white cop for being black, and they addressed it in a way that was like,
That was beautiful.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
very mature, especially
And
for
he-
like a 22-minute like sitcom.
Yeah, like a
and,
fox.
and his character also has a lot of like body image issues, even though he's like Terry Crews.
yeah,
Like,
he's ripped.
like I don't even dream about having his body because it's just impossible for me.
yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, he has like two, I think they're brother-in-laws that
Oh, that
are
are
they
bigger?
call him Tiny Terry. Like they got these two guys that are like jacked, and they're standing head over him, and they're ripped too. And
Oh
it's
my
just
God,
like they're
that's
picking him
so-
up and making fun of him and calling him Tiny Terry.
All right, I think you guys sold me on the show because Jason's watching it right now, and I know Ashley watches it, and I still haven't watched this show.
It's
and I
really
love
good.
Andy Samberg.
It is when it's
so-
getting better as it goes.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
cool. That's cool. I mean, like Parks and Rec was like that too.
Dude,
like,
I
the
don't
first
really even
season
like
was
the
like
first season.
so hard.
Well, it was 6 episodes and it was
It's not
a
good.
test run. Yeah,
They're not good.
And the second season got better, but like
It,
it got
hit
better.
its stride.
as it went.
Season 3 was
Season
like when
3
Parks and
is-
Rec became
yeah.
a great
yeah.
show. Yeah.
And so it's like you have to give him time to develop these characters and see how it goes.
yeah,
So.
it was the same thing with The Office too. First season of that was basically a copy of the British Office.
was.
Oh yeah.
I think the first episode was almost verbatim a copy.
And that's why,
Yeah.
if you notice, they give Steve Carell like a fake receding hairline, and like had it in the first season, but they stopped doing that as the show went on.
Oh.
Because
That's weird. He did grow more hair as the show went on.
yeah, because like in the first season they tried to make him just like Richard Gervais's character from the British one, who was completely unlikable. There's no reason.
Yeah.
Right.
But
yeah.
then as the show went on, they're like, oh, he's like that, but you used to like him too. Like,
Yeah, exactly. He's an imperfect, perfect dude. Like, okay, well, yeah. I think you guys sold me on television shows this evening.
There's a bunch of really good shows on right now that are just like, I think because of like Netflix and stuff, we just don't really see them as often. Because like, I mean, I watch most new shows and stuff like that because of Hulu.
Yeah, I watch like Bob's Burgers and stuff like that too, which I really enjoy.
That or Last Man on Earth. That's my favorite
I need
show
to
that's
catch
on
up
right now.
more on that. I watched
have
another
not
couple
seen
episodes
it,
of that.
really.
That show is wonderful.
It's going to be really popular once the entire series is done and it gets moved to Netflix. Because it's definitely one that's like hard to watch weekly because it's such a serialized show.
I actually think that's the
Yeah.
problem I had with it. I remember watching the first 3 or 4, and then the girl from Flight of the Conchords was introduced.
Yeah, Kristen Shaw.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't remember her name, but
No, that's fine.
yeah, but I had that problem where I'm like, what the hell is happening? Like,
I love
Right.
that. That first episode is probably one of my favorite episodes of television.
I think it was one of the best depictions of post-apocalyptic America.
Yeah.
And they address so many issues that, like, even I don't even think like The Walking Dead really gets into.
yeah, I love how
like,
wasn't he changing houses because he would use the toilet and then it was just done. And then he
Yeah,
just
he's like, we're gonna move now.
Well, but also like the reality of like gasoline goes bad. What happens to all of these unmanned nuclear power plants? Like
Yep.
these are all very real issues.
Yeah.
What happens if a fire gets started in a city and there's no fire department to put it out?
Yep.
It's not a big spoiler, but San Francisco is 100% destroyed in the show's reality.
I think one of my favorite parts of that first episode is just when he goes into a store to like get something, and instead of using the door, he just shoots.
Oh, God,
he shoots the window out with a
That-
gun.
that's an ongoing
But
joke for, like, the
but
entire
he looks
episode.
So bored doing it. I'm like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Like, he's so bored with the coolest thing you could do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, man. Like, I get it. Oh my god.
Yeah, there's some like just really awesome. So many awesome scenes in that show. Like
I think I'm on like the 4th or 5th season.
you're
I don't wanna
there's
give
only
too many
4.
away.
You're on season 3. I
Okay.
think, because you were introduced to his brother, right?
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah.
But
So-
and then I'm like I think 5 or 6 episodes into that.
Okay. Yeah.
So
there's
I'm still behind.
yeah
It's
season
just-
4. You haven't even seen the Kristen Wiig episode yet, which is
No.
an amazing episode.
I'm very excited because I really like Kristen Wiig. So, well, let's do you want to do a happy ending or what you guys want to do plugs? What are you guys feeling?
I don't know.
It's
Whatever.
2018. We can do whatever we want to do.
How about we just make it like super long? Let's do a wiki how, and then then we'll talk about our likes, and then
If you want, but then I need to do a Kyle and take a pee. So.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just let's end this on a happy note. How about
All right.
that, James? What are you into this week?
Still playing Rainbow Six Siege.
Cool.
And then
I
got
bought that. I'm very
into-
excited to play it with you now.
I got into Gwent, the card game
saw
from the
that.
Witcher card game.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
Cool. Stoops, let's talk about what you got going on.
I'm playing a show in February that hasn't been officially announced yet. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna say go to p.stoops.com. I'm
Exclusive.
DJing at like Touch next Saturday. Well, so it'll be actually this coming Saturday.
Okay.
It's Touch Supper Club on Lorraine Avenue. But yeah, I just say go to p.stoops.com, and that's where I'm going to have all my stuff lined up. And then I'm also going to be releasing a single within the next couple months. I'm hoping for April.
Cool.
But there's going to be like more to it and some more.
Gotcha. Is that anything
There's
that you
more
talked to me about already? Okay, cool. I don't
Yeah,
want to say
and then
anything, I just
and
wanna
then
make sure.
Kyle and I have some stuff in the works.
Yes.
And
Is it a baby?
yeah.
No, I mean it's a baby in a sense.
As
I
in
mean-
that it has like 2 arms and 2 legs.
Yeah. It cries and it just doesn't.
It's 9 years old. That's the
yeah.
only thing.
It's real weird.
We're adopting.
Yeah, it's fine. It happens. What are you gonna do?
But yeah, I'm just kind of. It's a little slower. Right
Okay,
now.
it's a slow January.
Yeah.
For me, I'm doing a show with one of my new improv groups called Casually Late Stampede. We are doing a show at the downtown Cleveland Bar Louie this Thursday, which is, I forget, the 9th?
Today's the 7th. That ain't gonna fly.
Oops.
The 11th?
It's the 11th.
The 11th,
Yes,
yeah.
it's the 11th at 8 o'clock. That is just a donation-based show. We're going to do some short-form and long-form stuff. I'm also doing something Dada, which is my other improv group, which is a short-form group. I'm going to be doing... My next show is on the 20th of January. That's a Saturday. That's also at 8 o'clock. I'm releasing a new song and a music video on the 15th of January. Well, I'm very excited to do that. And you can follow me on Twitch. I'm now a Twitch affiliate, so I'm just playing games on the internet, and you can come watch me play games. So, Mayor Wertz for everything. So,
Oh, yeah.
hell yeah. Alrighty, folks. Well, this has been another exciting episode of the Plucking Petals podcast with James and Kyle. As always, I am Kyle.
And I'm the professionally early Stampede.
Fucking nailed it.